Good evening, everybody. JDev has returned once again to give you exactly what you want. Of course, it would be more of me, that awesome backdrop, giving you my thoughts, my opinions, and hopefully, with this video, some award-winning expert analysis on another Walking Dead subject. Yes, more videos about The Walking Dead. Specifically, in this video, I wanted to give you guys an updated version of my top 20 favorite episodes of The Walking Dead, since we just finished Season 9, and obviously some episodes have been added to this list. So, spoiler alert, if you're not caught up with Walking Dead, even through Season 3, I'm going to talk about certain episodes that spoil stuff. So, you've been warned. Let's start the video. My top 20 favorite Walking Dead episodes of all time. Number 20 on the list from Season 6, Episode 3, Thank You. That's the episode Fallout from the wolves attacking Alexandria and the Glenn dumpster fake-out death. So that would be number 20. Number 19 would be The Damned from Season 8, Episode 2. That is the episode where Morgan goes 007, kills everybody in sight. We almost thought Morgan was dead for a second there as well. And we also get the return of Morales. Number 18 from Season 6, Episode number 12, that would be Not Tomorrow Yet, and that's where the survivors group with Rick goes to one of Negan's outposts and just slaughter everybody there, and that's where Glenn looks at the pictures of Negan's victims with the baseball bat. Foreshadowing. 17 from Season 5, Episode number 16, the season finale for that season would be Conquer, and that's the episode where Rick, at the end of it, is a savage. After Pete kills Reg, Rick kills Pete, and then we get the return of Morgan to see Rick. I mean, we saw Morgan in the episode, and we saw him for the various parts of Season 5, but we didn't see him and Morgan reunited, or him and Rick reunited until then. So that was an awesome moment. Again, Conquer from Season 5, Episode 16. Number 16 on the list, The Key. Of course, that was from Season 8, Episode number 12. That's the episode where Rick just goes after Negan in the car. They end up in that warehouse setting in the dark, and Rick and Negan go one-on-one, essentially. Rick grabs Lucille, and Negan doesn't take kindly to that. And at the end of the episode, you have Jadis capture Rick, which didn't make a whole hell of a lot of sense, but hey, that's how they set it up. Number 15, the episode that started all, from Season 1, Episode 1, the pilot, Days Gone By. That's, of course, Morgan explaining to Rick what happened. Where we're at right now, we're in a zombie apocalypse, or Walker apocalypse, as they like to refer to it. Awesome episode. Number 14, just recently from Season 9, Episode number 16, The Storm. There's a lot of key things that happen in that episode that some people just don't really remember or didn't get. It's a great episode. It's a great Negan episode. I had to put it on the list because there's a lot of good things that happen in the episode, and I loved it. I loved the Negan stuff in that episode. So, there you go. Number 13 on the list. From Season 3, Episode number 1, the season finale, Seed. That's where the group finds the prison. That's where Carl becomes a badass, and then at the end of the episode, Herschel gets bit in the ankle, and Rick has to chop off the lower portion of his leg. Crazy episode. Number 12 on the list, all the way back from Season 3, Episode number 13, Clear. That's where Morgan and Rick are temporarily reunited, with Carl and Michonne as well. Morgan's gone crazy. He's seeing people wear dead people's faces. I thought that was foreshadowing for the Whispers, but apparently not. Just something they came up with to make Morgan in the episode and make him go completely insane. But yes, Clear was fucking awesome. Number 11 on the list from Season 2, Episode number 7, Pretty Much Dead Already. That is the episode where Shane opens up the barn and they just start shooting all of Herschel's relatives and friends one by one. And at the very end of the episode, you have Sophia, who they'd been looking for the whole season, come walking out, and then Rick shoots Sophia. Carol can't handle it. Daryl has to comfort Carol, and it was just crazy, the Season 2 mid-season finale. Number 10 on the list from Season 2, Episode number 1, What Lies Ahead. That's the infamous highway scene with everybody hiding under the cars. Andrea in the RV. Dale puts a screwdriver through the slit, and then she kills the walker with the screwdriver. Pretty suspenseful episode for its time. Number 9 on the list from Season 2, episode number 13, that year's season finale, Beside the Dying Fire. I thought that was a really suspenseful episode. Nobody really important except for Jimmy and Patricia died, but it was just very suspenseful. You had Herschel and his unlimited shotgun shells standing up there saying, "That's my farm!" And, Andrea kind of being left behind because they thought she was dead. It was just really crazy, following the episode where Shane dies. I thought it was a really good finale and one of the better finales that The Walking Dead has had. Number 8 on the list, all the way back from Season 6, episode number 2 would be JSS, and that's the episode where the wolves attack Alexandria when Alexandria's only got a couple cool people, or not cool people, a couple good fighters hanging out there, and that would be Rick and Carol. And then the rest of the people there are idiots and stooges, like Gabriel before Gabriel was Raw. Pretty awesome episode. And I remember the first 15 minutes of the episode were really, really slow and boring. And I almost said on Facebook, made a post, well, I guess it's almost that time. So JSS, number 8. Number 7 on the list, an episode that we just saw from Season 9, Episode 15, The Calm Before. Crazy build-up, a little slow, but the end payoff was just fucking insane with the Pike lineup killing Ozzy, Alec, DJ, Tammy, Frankie, Addie, Rodney, Enid, Tara, and Henry. Predictable for some of them, but episode was insane, and I loved it. I didn't want Tara to die. I hate Tara, but in that episode, I did not want Tara to die, surprisingly enough. Number 6, one of my favorite episodes of The Walking Dead, an episode I always refer to, and this should be on everybody's top 10 list, and that would be Killer Within, and that was from Season 3, Episode number 4. That's where Andrew sets off the sirens at the prison. Eventually, T-Dog saves Carol, but in the process, well, actually, T-Dog saving Carol gets bit, but in the process of all that, at the end of the episode, he actually saves Carol's life and sacrifices himself, and we know how much of a badass Carol turned out to be. And also in that episode, that's the episode where we lose Lori due to her childbirth for baby Judith, or little ass kicker. So, crazy episode, suspenseful as hell. Very big emotions at the end of the episode when Rick finds out that, Lori's dead, but the baby's been born and the baby's fine. Killer Within, crazy. Number 5 on the list, one of the saddest episodes of The Walking Dead, just like The Calm Before, and that would be The Day Will Come When You Won't Be, and that would be from Season 7, Episode number 1. The Negan kill episode where he clocks Abraham. Abraham tells him to suck his nuts, and then because Daryl gets mad at Negan and clocks him, Negan's like, I'm going to have to shut that shit down. That shit doesn't fly. I need you to know me. And then, unfortunately, kills Glenn. And Glenn gets his comic book death with his eye popping out of his head. So that was just crazy. And then, of course, Negan threatening Rick to tell him to cut his son's hand off. Crazy episode. Very well done. Sad as shit, but a very good introduction of Negan. Number 4 from Season 4. And I've shuffled this one around a little bit, and that, of course, would be the mid-season finale, episode number 8 from Season 4, Too Far Gone. That's where the governor raids the prison. He brings that army of people with a tank, Mitch in his tank, and, of course, we see the death of Herschel because Governor cuts Herschel's head off, and then at the end of the episode, we see Michonne stick a sword through the governor, and then Lily. Does anybody remember Lily? She shoots the governor, and the governor's dead. But just a crazy episode with the tank, the fight at the prison. Oh, Mika or Lizzie, whatever one it was, shooting Tara's girlfriend at the time with the curly hair. Crazy episode. It should be higher, but there's just other episodes that have more of an impact on me, so that's why that's where it is. Number 3 from Season 9, Episode number 5, What Comes After, the supposed final episode of Rick Grimes in The Walking Dead. Of course, we see the return of Shane. We see a return of Herschel. We see a return of Sasha, all in hallucination forms. Just a great written episode. Rick, in the end, blows up the bridge. You think he blows up himself, but lo and behold, somehow Rick gets flown in the, or the explosion causes Rick to go flying in the water. Then he washes up on shore to where Jadis is, and then Jadis has the helicopter come and pick up Rick, and Rick goes riding off into the sunset, and we'll find out what happened to Rick at some point next year, I'm guessing. Number 2 on the list from Season 5, Episode number 1, No Sanctuary. That's where the group of survivors is at Terminus. You have the part where they're all lined up on their knees, tied up, and they're getting hit with baseball bats and their throats slit. You have Sam, I believe his name was, who plays the Penguin in Gotham. He's the first victim, and they're working their way up the list, or up the lineup. And then Carol has an explosion, saves the day. Carol and everybody's reunited. Tyrese is reunited with Sasha. Rick and Carl are reunited with Judith. Just a crazy, insane episode for the Season 5 premiere. Loved it. And then, of course, the end credits. After the credits, you see somebody walking on the road to Terminus, and it's Morgan. That was one of the main things about the episode that made me geek the fuck out. And number 1, my favorite episode of all time of The Walking Dead, Season 6, Episode number 9, No Way Out. That, of course, is the episode where the walkers, well, part 2, in my opinion, of the episode where the walkers have just infiltrated Alexandria. They're all over the place. Rick, Judith, Carl, Father Gabriel, Ron, Sam, and Jesse are all walking through with zombie guts all over them. And then Sam gets scared, gets bit. Jesse gets bit. Rick cuts her hand off. Ron shoots Carl when he's trying to shoot Rick. Carl has one eye, or I'm not really sure how that specifically happened, but anyway, so Rick rushes him off to the infirmary. Rick drops him off, and then Rick's just had enough. He goes out there with his hatchet and just starts plowing away on walkers, and it's freaking crazy. The suspense build up, and then everybody's seen him do that, and they're like, Rick's making the stand, and everybody, one by one, people start to join Rick, and they're all taking on the walkers, and then, then you have Glenn at one point who's like over off in the corner. He's about to, he saves Maggie. He's over off in the corner about to die. And then Abraham, Daryl, and Sasha show up and save the day. And of course, earlier in the episode, you have the group of biker guys that want all their shit, Daryl, Sasha, and Abraham stuff, because everything belongs to Negan. Of course, Daryl kills them all with a rocket launcher. But just a crazy, insane episode. No big character deaths. Well, I guess Jesse, Sam, and Ron, but yeah, no one really cared about them. Sam was annoying, and I guess Jesse was good. I wish Rick and Jesse would have lasted a little longer, but No Way Out, my favorite episode of The Walking Dead. So there you guys have it. Those are my top 20 favorite episodes. Of course, I'll recap them. Number 20, Thank You. 19, The Damned. 18, Not Tomorrow Yet. 17, Conquer. 16, The Key. 15, Days Gone By. 14, The Storm. 13, Seed. 12, Clear. 11, Pretty Much Dead Already. 10, What Lies Ahead. 9, Beside the Dying Fire. 8, JSS. 7, The Calm Before. 6, Killer Within. 5, The Day Will Come When You Won't Be. 4, Too Far Gone. 3, What Comes After. 2, No Sanctuary. And number 1, No Way Out. So there you have it. So what I want you to do, I put a lot of thought into this. I know other YouTubers do this, but I want you to like the video. And if you're on Facebook, or thumb it up if you're on Facebook, if you could like it. And also leave a comment. Leave your top episodes. Now, obviously, you don't have to write 20 of them down. Maybe even 1 to 10. Anywhere from 1 to 10. And just because I want to see what kind of the consensus is between all of us. So I would really appreciate it. And of course, if you're on YouTube and you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. Because my videos are going to be a lot more, and it's going to get a lot more crazy because I'm working my way up the ladder. So, hope you enjoyed the video, and of course, I'll be back again soon with another. Peace.